Alright, so I wanted to find the parking near East Brady for the Armstrong Trail that actually has the portage on the nicer parking area. And what you have to do is you have to follow Route 68 through East Brady. You go up a big hill, past the scenic overlook, and then eventually you'll see a sign for Phillipston, and it's 2 miles down a hill and it says dead end. So this place is called Phillipston. It's not actually East Brady, but it's on the other side of Brady's Bend, and that's where you park if you want to be able to get to the western end of the Red Bank Trail a little bit faster, and also, you know, you have a restroom where you start. Now I'm going to head back. I did it in time lapse before, now I'm going to do it in regular and go back to where we were, where I was, East Brady.
To a kid, it looks warmer because what you needed was feeling instead of strict truth, which is probably somehow a metaphor for politics.
What Barton's getting at is that if you're a governor or mayor or president, you're always expected to have something more to say, to fill the silence. So all that rhetorical deadweight, those empty phrases, they're actually really useful for a politician.
Because innumerable things go wrong in the world every day. And so the poor guy is expected to have some position on potentially anything in the world at any time. But you can't say, oh, we don't have any comment. It creates a bad vibe. So you're trying to avoid saying nothing. And so you say something, but really it's not, content-wise, it's nothing. So, you know, at the end of it, he did understand political language and the way it works. And it was a process of trying to admit that maybe to myself.
Also, keep in mind that Barton still agreed with a lot of the governor's policies, thought he was doing a good job governing. So the guy's personality deficits, the fact that maybe, okay, he wasn't the best writer in the world, maybe that didn't matter so much.
It was weird. On one level, I really couldn't stand him. He's pretty much a jackass, and I didn't want to ever see him again. And on another level, he was accomplishing things. He was treating the job of governor seriously. He was principled to the point where he himself would suffer politically. So to me, and I think to other staffers, as much as we disliked him, there was something that we could not help admiring about him at the same time.
Now, up to this point, we've told you that Barton was simply working for the governor of a small southern state. Haven't said which one. But after what happens next, unless you were like in a coma or stuck in the Antarctic in 2009, you're gonna know which governor we're talking about.
So, one day, we're sitting in the office, a friend of mine told me that the governor had gone missing, and I didn't think much of it. Presumably he's somewhere and he's fine. He's a big boy. He can handle himself.
But then someone came in and said that the state law enforcement agency had put out an APB on the governor. In other words, he wasn't just missing anymore. He was more like a missing person.
And I immediately thought of this note that he had given me, and it was in his own handwriting. And he said, you know, keep this for me, and don't lose it. And he told me it was important, and it said, once upon a time there were 3 little pigs, and the time came for them to leave home and seek their fortunes. Before they left, their mother told them, whatever you do, do it the best you can, because that's the way to get along in the world. So, okay, that's weird, and we did sit around and theorize about where he could have gone or what he was doing, but it was still a joke. I remember the phrase, we were using it a lot, slow news day. Yeah, there's a phrase I'm not going to use again.
A political mystery in South Carolina. The Republican governor in that state has disappeared.
It's the case of the missing governor.
Missing for 6 days.
When he left his family, security detail, and cell phone behind and struck off on his own.
The lieutenant governor didn't even know he was going away.
I don't know whether they know where he is or whether they don't know where he is, so I don't know what to tell you on that because I don't know.
So who's in charge in South Carolina? Well, that's a good question. Therefore, I, Stephen T. Colbert, hereby declare myself the new governor of South Carolina.
Brady Township.
And then the press release went out at a weird time, like 10:30 at night. It said that he had been hiking on the Appalachian Trail. I think when I saw Appalachian Trail, I thought it's the sort of thing that he would do, and I'm pretty sure, no, I am virtually 100% certain that the communications director and the chief of staff believed that's where he was. But the fact that he was coming back tomorrow to hold a press conference didn't sound good either. The next day, there were hundreds of reporters everywhere. And usually I would be sort of running a press conference or, you know, pretending to run it. And I had nothing to do with this one. So I just stood there with the reporters wondering what in the world he was going to say. And the governor showed up.
Alright. Now we're at Brady's window. There it is. Big truck zooming. Brady's Bend Scenic Overlook, just above East Brady, Pennsylvania, on Route 68, Clarion County. The Allegheny River makes a hairpin turn. I believe on the other side is the town of Brady's Bend. That's Armstrong County, and this is Clarion County, just above East Brady.